Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So it is officially confirmed. There it is. Dune Part 3 Messiah is coming. It's in development. It's already been confirmed. Denis is going to direct again. And he did say, remember, he did say this will be the last one he does. So then you could probably do like Children of Dune after that and have a new director, new creator of it. But this one is very important because at the ending, Paul is at war with the Lanzarat. That's all the rival houses that basically choose not to bend the knee. Okay, this is when Paul starts his jihad. Now, unfortunately, you're either going to love or hate Paul. But if you do Messiah, you have to see that he's in battle with himself. You know, because in the first movie you saw when Duke Leto, his father, Duke Leto Atreides, told him, "If you don't want it, you will still be my son." But come to find out, either way, this would have happened anyway. This is Paul's jihad. This is Paul's vision. Um, it's because there's a lot of stuff that can go in, and you don't have to really like. I'm not going to do too much spoiler. Well, yeah, I am going to do a lot of spoilers actually, but Paul and Chani do have children. Princess Orlan is still Paul's wife. Chani is his concubine, but his love, you know. So you'll have the expectation of he is the Christ-like figure of this universe. All the burden is being put on Paul. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do Alia or Aaliyah, however you want to enunciate it. You saw Anna Taylor-Joy taking on the role as she's so important and she's so powerful. And Paul, they have a great brother-sister bond that is unmatched. I want to see like the Fen rings come into play because remember Margot is still I think she's still married to Count Fen. She's married to Count Fenring, but she has Fade's child growing in her. You know, so it's a lot of complex, a lot of war that's going to be on. I want to see Paul take Chani to Caladan, which is the home world of the Atreides, and let her see water and oceans for the first time. You can do that because you know it's going to be like 3 hours. Anyway, there's a lot you can do in this. You don't have to make the whole movie a total war. You don't. But there's going to be a lot of violence in this one. And Paul puts his foot down because he's like, if I'm going to do it, if I'm the Kwisatz Shadrach, if I'm Paul Muad'Dib, I have to go all in. He has to become that. Now, granted, some may not agree, but he does create peace for a time. Then you got the Benny Twi'leks. Are you going to bring the Benny Twi'leks in it? So the Benny Twi'leks, they don't like Paul. They don't like the Benny Gesserit, and that's another thing I want to. This is kind of smart that you announced that it's confirmed and you're going to give it a little bit of time. That's why I'm saying 26, 27, because you got the Sisterhood coming out, which is the story of the Benny Gesserit. I think it's going to be way before this kind of, yeah, it's going to be, that show's going to be way before. You're going to see how because the Benny Gesserit have been manipulating this whole thing. They actually basically created this whole situation indirectly, or some would say directly, because they always have a motive. I want to see like the Golas. So Golas are basically where they clone somebody and transfer the consciousness from that previous person through DNA. All sci-fi type. Sci-fi is king right now. To another body, to another person, and they're called like Golas. but they're not full. So that's where you bring back like the likes of Jason Momoa. Say what you want about Jason Momoa. I know a lot of people say in his movies that they're just casting Jason Momoa to be Jason Momoa, but he was a surprising. He surprised me how good he was as Duncan Idaho. Like it was good. It was very good acting by Jason Momoa, and it shows his range. So I would like to see that. Would if you want to get a lot of more fans back in too, that would be the option because we have to. What is his goal? His name? It's hate. Yeah, hate. So you bring him back in, which is good, you know. And then him trying to reincorporate back into the Atreides house and stuff like that. And then you see the true extent of the power because Alia and Paul are very powerful in different ways. The two of them, they're brother and sister. I do want to see the bond between brother, sister, and mother because in the second one, and nothing's ever going to be by the books, people. So let's throw that out the window. That's why I'm saying like these ideas because it's hard to adapt the book totally to the screen. You have to change stuff to make it more interesting visually for people to see. I would like to see the bond between mother, daughter, and son as well. That's important. But the Fen rings, that's tricky. So, I mean, you'll still have some of the Harkonnens. We're going to get to see the other houses. We're going to get to see the world. And the good thing about this too, they have to fight on Arrakis. They have to. Because the Landsrat's against him, I mean, he can put taxation. I want to see the Spacing Guild. I want to see the Guild Navigators. Maybe Denise saved it for this. Because the Navigators are truly very important. Without them, space travel is not possible. If you don't have the space navigate, you kind of saw them in the first one. They had like the face shields on, kind of like the astronaut SpaceX suit on, and they're absorbing the spice because eventually they're going to turn into these like squid-like creatures, and they're the ones that they put in each of the ships to navigate the rest of the fleets, whoever pays them. Because remember, they're basically like your airlines. But they're the only ones that are able to, well, Paul could probably do it. Alia could probably do it easily, but yeah, you really never saw them. You saw the people that are transforming into those squid-like creatures or amphibian. They look weird, but we need to see those. This will be very important in how we want to see the corruption of the Landsrat and everybody's just out for themselves. We need that in Dune Messiah. And we need you to love Paul and hate Paul. I know it sounds weird because he becomes something else. You understand what he's doing, but you may not agree with what he's doing. You know? So this is a good move, and it's WB yet again. I told you. WB, they just hitting on all cylinders. And I know they're gonna give it time. But I don't want to see you can bring the children in Paul, what is Ganina and Leto the second. Keep them young. Let somebody else handle that part. Focus on the jihad and how basically this universe is centered, or the center of the universe is Arrakis. That's what I want to see. So you can have them little, you can have them, and then you can see the relationship between Princess Orlan and Chani, and Orlan and the children of Paul and Chani, and the deception of the Fen rings. There's a lot you can do in this movie, but I do want to see a lot about it. And I think that I know it was showing like the Sardaukar and the Harkonnen, but if you show when in the first one when they showed like flashbacks, not flashbacks, but like kind of visions of Chani on that world, and there's like a funeral and I'm pretty sure James is still going to be in his head. And one thing I don't want with Alia, you really never touched on that with the Baron because we know grandfather and all that. Their part, Harkonnen. But I don't know if I want to see her being haunted by Baron Harkonnen, like visions and stuff. Like we can kind of leave that out. There's something else we can do with that. I really never liked that at all with Alia. I would rather her that she was so powerful she just didn't know how to handle like she was the inner battles, you know. But she's so important, and Princess Orlan is very very important because the tension between her and Chani, I want to see it. So, but that's good news, and I'm pretty sure that Denis is probably doing this. And I know Sicario 3 is coming in there. I know he wants to do Sicario 3. So this may be some time like, can we do 2027? It'll still be, you know? But I don't know. I'm happy that they're doing a third. It's a successful franchise. The two movies alone have made over $1 billion, so they're fine. WB is hitting on all cylinders right now with these movies. So I don't know, but tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe, and I do mean everyone.